Hey guys, this is your friend Daniel Hutchins, and today we're doing another live stream on my channel. Now, again, we're visiting our friend Cinema Blend. Yes, I know we haven't talked that much from Cinema Blend this year, but we are talking about starting off first with Doctor Strange. Yes, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange 2 merchandise has hinted at an LGBTQ plus representation. Now, this was 8 days ago, guys. I know it's a little bit out there, but we're still talking about this. Could the upcoming Marvel sequel deliver more of the LGBTQ? That's a good question. We're going to talk about that. Okay, over the last few years, Marvel fans have been clamoring to the bit for increased diversity from their fan favorite superhero series. Now, despite the multitudes of films and television shows across the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the LGBTQ representation has been lacking. Okay, but with the upcoming release of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, this could be about to change. And we have some new merchandise. Thanks for the heads up. So, again, alright. The next Doctor Strange movie won't be heading until summer of this year. Now, but there's already plenty of related merchandise to keep the fan base happy. Some of the Marvel swag even hints to more LGBTQ inclusion to the MCU. How so? Well, you can pop to Amazon. You go to Amazon and you can find an America Chavez merchandise under the heading Doctor Strange 2. Prominent examples include t shirts and hoodies with the graphic recreation of the teen hero's signature denim jacket. You can also snag up some tees with some trippy images of the young actress from Information Movie Database, where they confirmed they were going to play someone for America Chavez. Now, the new merch has shows that America is wearing a rainbow flag pin on her jacket in this highly anticipated sequel. You can check out the images here on Cinema Blend, and you can also see them on Amazon. Okay, guys. So, if you want to go to Amazon, check out America Chavez t shirts, you can. But now, fans are waiting for the arrival of America Chavez with every dying breath. Now, rightfully so, her film iteration corresponds to comic canon. She'll be the first LGBTQ Latin American character in Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, her Marvel comic history has gone back a ways, and America Chavez identifies as a lesbian who enters a relationship with an EMT we know, Lisa. She's also close friends with the Hawkeye prodigy, Kate Bishop, in the comics, have regularly hinted the deep connection. Given this, Kate Bishop recently made her debut in Hawkeye over the Christmas holiday, but it's not too crazy to think this pair could meet up in a future movie someday. Now, especially since Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld, has played multiple queer roles from the past. Okay, Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness does America Chavez some justice when she is a welcome addition to the tiny LGBTQ circle of the universe. Alright, guys, so Marvel Comics have a fair amount of queer characters nowadays. Now, the films have been slow to follow the suit. With the Eternals, we know Phastos was the first queer hero to actually been on screen. Now, Marvel fan favorite Loki is confirmed to be bisexual in Disney Plus, but fans have yet to see any more evidence of his sexuality beyond the lines of two dialogue. Now, Tessa Thompson, we already know that Valkyrie, she's bisexual, but so far there hasn't been any confirms from the silver screen. Fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. Thor Love and Thunder. Again, LGBTQ fans are more than ready to see themselves portrayed in heroes. Here's hoping that America Chavez brings some kick ass queer representation to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, guys, So that's what we know so far about America Chavez. Now, let me know your thoughts about that. I think it's really cool that we're bringing America Chavez to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's really cool because it's a character that has yet to be recognized in Marvel Universe. Okay, let's go down and let's go down to another image with another article from our friend Cinema Blend. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Shazam. Now, I know it's been a long, long time since we talked about Shazam, so we're going to be talking about Shazam. The Shazam director has a funny response to suggestions that the sequel has go straight to the streaming. The filmmaker has made his feelings abundantly clear about his sequel. Now, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Extended Universe was expanded into HBO Max. The platform has debuted with Justice League, and also we now have Peacemaker now, that follows suit with the character John Cena after the events from the Suicide Squad. Also, there's been news that Leslie Grace will be a Batgirl, and Shazam director David F. Sandberg has funny responses when someone suggested Fury of the Gods, the sequel to Shazam, would go straight to HBO Max. Okay, so right now, as we see, Shazam Fury of the Gods is slated for a summer 2023 release for the theaters. Now, given this already little over 4 years than the predecessor, there has been suggested the sequel to be moved up to December of 2022. Again, we don't know this yet, but it's been rumored that it might move up. Now, debut on HBO Max due to Shazam's okay box office run, how long it's been since this movie came out. Sandberg had responded with a tweet with a tweet on Twitter down below. You can see here on Cinema Blend and go to him on Twitter. Okay, so this is from January 10th, he responded. I think based on potential Batgirl upside with Keaton and Shazam 1's okay box office run, the big sequel gap, guys, Shazam 2 might benefit more from free streaming release, and Batgirl could even open high too. That's a good idea. But Futurama's Fry nail in his eyes to become a classic GIF, while it's often noted that it's suspicious if unsure or something. It also works nicely as expressions of disapproval. This definitely does sound like the case. Then David F. Sandberg doesn't sound jazzed about Shazam Fury of the Gods going direct to streaming. Now, granted, this would just be an idea from someone online rather than going up to Warner Brothers and saying, hey, we want this movie out. So actually consider moving Fury of the Gods to HBO Max. Either way, guys, Sandberg is strictly team theatricals on this one. He really wants to go theatrical with it, which again would be a really long time, but also it's worth remembering the addition of this sequel, the Fury of the Gods Shazam, is also loosely tied to Black Adam, just like in the comics. Now, Dwayne Johnson's character is going to have his movie too. Also, take into this account how likely Black Adam and Shazam would fight someday. It makes sense to keep this corner of the DC Extended Universe in theatrical realms rather than split them up. Now, besides, we have to wait really, really long for Fury of the Gods to run to the big screen. You can count on it and only you can count on waiting to see if it would be available to HBO Max members. Okay, guys, so again, let me know your guys' thoughts about that, whether you want to see it on HBO Max, if you think they should release the Shazam sequel to the platform a little earlier so then people won't have to wait so long. Let me know your thoughts. Again, it's really, really important that you guys share your thoughts. Okay, guys, we are going to be a few more and then we'll wrap this up. This is going to be another shorter one. Alright, so let's go down. Let's go down. Okay, now I know this is probably going to spark some frowns, but we're going to say why the Batman is rated PG-13. Now we know the Robert Pattinson Batman is coming out, so the Robert Pattinson, though he looks brutal in Batman, this wasn't really why this movie doesn't get a rated R rating. It only gets a rated PG-13 rating. Okay, why the Batman is PG-13? We're going to be talking about this since y'all guys probably want to know. So, superhero movies or popular genres in film industry. The studios are showing no signs of slowing down. Now, one of the most highly anticipated projects is the Matt Reeves directed Batman, which we've talked about 1,000 times on the channel. Now, Robert Pattinson in the title role of the set outside DC Extended Universe, again, he approaches his release. We want to know why the Batman is PG-13. Okay, guys, so excitement over the Batman steadily builds since the first footage arrived in the summer of 2020. Now, the project's a few months away. We'll have to see how it's treated to the performance of Robert Pattinson and his other co-stars. But again, while the trailers show some brutal violence, the project's ended with a PG-13 rating. And this is the reason why the MPAA said that. Okay, rated PG-13 for strong, violent, disturbing content, drug content, strong language, and suggestive material. Now, okay, guys, let me know. But well, there you have it, guys. It sounds like Matt Reeves will still have the gritty take of Gotham City's story of the Batman, but PG-13 rating should open the most financial doors to this project. Now, as much as we say, it will allow for the wide audience possible when it arrives to the theaters. Okay, the Batman's official film rating is sure to turn a few heads given how unique this project is. Now, the trailers have shown to be more realistic and super style from the comic mythology. Now, Robert Pattinson's vigilante is pictured to be brutally beating the crap out of thugs, and the violence didn't result in rated R ratings. Now, again, this is kind of strange, but not really because, it's superhero movies. So, superhero genre by and large subscribes to PG-13. Now, it allows the biggest box office hauls possible. But over the past few years, you've had some rated R movies like Deadpool and Logan and Suicide Squad, which all have done well. Now, again, curious about where the Batman would sit on this issue, it turns out, guys, Matt Reeves and company have managed to keep the drug use and the violence of the movie down to appease the MPAA. Okay, now if you're familiar with the MPAA, let me know. Again, the film industry is a unique place right now with the new movie releasing, could be a hit or a miss in the theaters. Now, resulting from the Omicron variant, the COVID-19, now, while Spider-Man No Way Home continues to break records, other releases like 355 and West Side Story reboot have failed to live up to their money make potential. Now, it should be interesting to see how Batman performs, but with PG-13 should presumably help draw the box office some more. Now, most of us are pretty mature, so we should know about this now. But again, some fans have been worried that Batman might get delayed again. Again, we don't know that though. You can't just say that. But subject which was recently addressed by executives at Warner Brothers. Others are hoping the blockbuster manages to make money, therefore make room for Matt Reeves to create a sequel or spin-offs on HBO Max. But in the end, Robert Pattinson's debut as Bruce Wayne will be seen by the widest audience possible, which should hopefully result in major successes. We don't know yet because it's supposed to still come out on March 4th. Yes, Batman will hit theaters on March 4th. But in the meantime, check out the other movies that come out this year. Okay, guys, so that's a little bit about following up with Batman. Now we are going to go one more article and then we'll close this up. One more, guys, one more. Yeah, so okay, we are going down, down. Go next page. There's a ton of content on the internet, guys. Tons and tons and tons. Okay, alright. So, okay. Now we're going to be talking about Spider Man, guys. Talk about Spider Man again, since he's a really popular character on our Topics of YouTube channel. Now, again, Spider Man, can he have and can he be nominated for a Best Picture nomination? Okay, can Spider Man No Way Home get a Best Picture nomination? Okay, guys, surprising numbers of factors this could work in its favor of Spider Man No Way Home getting a Best Picture nomination. 2 days ago, guys. So if they told me at the beginning of the year that Spider Man No Way Home, the third film to series, to secure a single Oscar nomination, they would be some of the top 15 Best Picture predictions. If you're throwing holy water over you, again, but just as the Oscar precursors started announcing their nominations, No Way Home has swung to the scene as a worldwide sensation. Now, box office numbers have smashed the expectation as immune to the pandemic as videos of crowds cheering in on the Spider-Man. Now, the theater circulated social media and the whirlwinds around this film, plus with a staggering 8.8 over 10 information movie database score. This gets me thinking of a Best Picture nomination actually going to be there in the cards. Now, again, narratives have been building around this film for many months now. Now, again, public excited about seeing movies again. The Academy is desperate for ratings, so again, especially with the last year ceremony, No Way Home nomination will undeniably bring attention to the Oscars in huge ways. Now, it would also be a way to push back the growing sentiments that are out of touch with most viewers. Now, however, I'm cynical and not cynical enough to think that voters are going to mark their ballot again wanted to improve their ratings. The film would have to get sheer passions, and with the film being popular and well liked, it is not impossible to imagine. The only Marvel film the Academy that ever had been nominated for an Oscar was Black Panther. Now we know Black Panther made many Oscars, and it was a landmark of representations. Now it worked well as a standalone, but now Marvel films you can see the voice in the studios outshine that of directors. Now, you don't need to get invested so much in the franchise to get the full way, but those factors made it easy to package the film in the awards players. Now, No Way Home, on the other hand, is very entrenched in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with the tie-ins, their Easter eggs, and cliffhangers. Now, there's no talk about John Watts' voice in a filmmaker, as much as filmmaking feels like the default of Marvel approaching. Okay, most comparable film to No Way Home is Avengers Endgame. Now, we know Endgame has left audiences in tears over the characters they've spent years with. It failed to secure most of the visual effects nominations, likely for that many reasons mentioned noted above. But so why do they make a case for No Way Home when Endgame doesn't even stood a chance? That's a really good question. But Timeman, fortunately, the hype might still be fresh as the Academy voted, but unlike Endgame with a summer release, this edition in this year we have 10 guaranteed Best Picture slots for the first time in over a decade. The additional slots also come to rule changes where a film no longer needs 5% of the Academy to place it to number one votes to even get in the slots. So it just needs to make it a little more up to the top 10s. If this change were not in place, I would hardly consider this being a film at all. But again, many pundits, myself included, feeling pretty good about predicting those 9 films: Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, The Power of the Dog, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story, all based primarily on fact that films were nominated in the Golden Globes and Critic Choice Awards. We are just whacking at our brains about what the final slot can be, and if Spider-Man may just have a good shot of anything. However, it's likely struggle to muster up enough nominations because having a real shot with the best visual effects team in the world, it feels somewhat likely it will go Producers Guild Award nominations, which is a highly correlative Best Picture precursors. Given this, the nominated Wonder Woman and Deadpool, again, this could easily be dismissed as a PGA, being PGA. Okay, guys, I'm gonna close out that stupid advertisement, but we're gonna keep going. So yeah, anyway, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna close this video out, guys, and let me know your thoughts about the stuff that I've said. And again, yeah, Trent, I see your messages on the chat. Yes, I see your messages, Trent. Yep. Okay. All right. So again, yeah, guys, this is another wrap of another live stream. And yeah, I'll check in with you guys a little later. I might be doing another one. I don't know yet. Well, it depends on what else goes down. I might be watching some stuff on TVs later. But again, guys, let me know. Yeah, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. I'm just gonna chill, and I'll probably catch you guys in for another one later. I'll see you guys later. Bye.